Part 2. So, it must be that Aisha is very nice, which fits the niceness of the messenger, peace be upon him. Therefore, Allah the Almighty has declared her innocent of what the fabricators said. Then Allah the Almighty says, quote, "For them is forgiveness and noble sustenance," end of quote. Left square bracket Alnnou'r, 26 right square bracket. It is a forgiveness that came down from the sky before resurrection, and noble sustenance. True that the entire sustenance is from Allah the Almighty in generosity, but here means the moral sustenance, for the dignity, status and sublimity, and not the sensual sustenance, which holds the erection of the body of food, drink and succession. Then, Allah the Almighty says, Surah Alnnou'r, verse 27. O you who have believed, you enter not houses other than your own houses, until you announce your presence left square bracket ask permission, knock, cough, etc. right square bracket and salute their folk left square bracket say, peace upon you right square bracket. That is best for you, in order that you may remember. End of translation. Man seeks refuge with this house to stay in comfort at the end of the day after tiredness all the day. Therefore, in the past, they used to live only in private independent homes free of partners, and not, as we have in the tall buildings now. They were houses where no one comes in on you or comes out all the time. So the house of such type was away from doubts, because it is your house, which is limited only to you and your family. None shares it with you. However, there are matters that require the entrance of the people on the people. Therefore Allah the right here is talking about the permission disciplines and about the principles which organize the issue, because entering the houses without these good manners, and without considering these systems are matters call for doubt and suspicion. So, the Sharia of Allah the Almighty does not forbid the society from meeting, but it puts limits and ethics for this, so to eliminate the suspicion and doubt that perhaps arise in such situations. Therefore, Allah the Almighty says in the good manners of permission asking, quote, O you who have believed, you enter not houses other than your own houses, until you announce your presence left square bracket that is, ask permission right square bracket and salute their folk, end of quote, left square bracket Alnnou'r, 27 right square bracket. Quote, announce your presence, end of quote, left square bracket Alnnou'r, 27 right square bracket is of getting used and assurance. When you sit and your family in your house, and a strange someone, whom you do not know, came to you, if he did not show you what makes you used to him of talk or permission asking, then certainly, doubt, suspicion and alienation rise. So, the permission asker must cause of sound what makes the owner of the house comfortable, as we say, O you, the folks of the house, or knocking the door, or ringing the bell, or talking with the young kids to tell inhabitants. That is, because the houses have sanctity, and each house has its own privacy which its owner likes none to know of it, either a respect the owner or a respect for the visitor himself. This permission asking makes all avoid harm. Therefore, Allah the Almighty has said after that, quote, that is best for you, end of quote, left square bracket Alnnou'r, 27 right square bracket. Any good for all, the visitor and the visited. Thus, permission asking prevents the snooping of one on another, and prevents one of looking to something that may harm him. Suppose that the father of the wife came to visit her, and entered just to find her disputing or quarreling with her husband, then perhaps he saw this, which he does not approve, then the dispute will worsen. Then Allah the Almighty appends the verse saying, quote, in order that you may remember, end of quote, left square bracket Alnnou'r, 27 right square bracket, means, beware of forgetting these good manners, or be lax in them, as those who say we are one family and folks and there are no formalities between us, because Allah the Almighty, who legislated for you these good manners, is more knowing of that which is in yourselves, and the most knower of your interests. Rather, this Islamic ethics passes from the strange to the owner of the house. Thus in the noble prophetic hadith, the Prophet, peace be upon him, prohibited the traveler from knocking his house's door at night, but he must tell them with his coming, even he surprises them not, and so that each of both of them left square bracket he and she right square bracket prepares himself to meet the other.